My name is Anthony Campbell. I am a senior loan officer with CMS Mortgage Solutions. We are what I believe is a very hot commodity in our industry as things unfold. We are a mortgage broker. For those of you who've been in the business for a long period of time, you understand that we do things a little bit differently in that our goal is to marry your borrower with the loan program and the lender that best suits their individual needs. In so doing, we're not captive to a lot of the guidelines, I guess, that have been put in place by a lot of lenders. Now, granted, our current lending climate, that things have changed because of our current state of being. But in so doing, we still have the ability to turn on a dime and make situations work for clients that maybe some of the other lenders just don't have the right program for it. We offer all of the most of the offerings that are out there through our lenders. We have the government programs, the FHA, the VA, and of course, what's really popular in this area, the USDA, and of course, a wide variety of conventional products that allow borrowers to get in with as little as 3% down. And of course, what a lot of folks love about the USDA is they can purchase property with as little out of pocket as nothing, so that's always exciting when you have borrowers that have finally figured out that they don't want to throw away money in renting anymore, and they want to achieve that American dream of home ownership. One of the ways that we take things a little bit farther down the road for our clients is we understand that certainly in light of what we have going on now and issues in the past where maybe they don't have the best credit or they've not really positioned themselves best to be able to purchase a home, we're willing to start that journey at square one and help your borrowers to get to the place that they need to be. A lot of my counterparts just want to be called when the client's got good credit and plenty of down payment and they're ready to go. But I want to meet every borrower that wants to eventually achieve that dream. And we here at CMS Mortgage Solutions have the team in place and the know-how to help that borrower get to that place. And once we've gotten that borrower on track to where they can buy the house, then we have an incredible arsenal of lenders offering basically the best rates in the business. So what we'd like to be able to do is position them to be able to make their first offer, their best offer, when it's time to buy that house, provide them with the best interest rates and best programs out there. And we even have programs that will allow us to pay up to 2% in closing costs for your borrower. If they're a little bit short on that side as well, we can certainly help out in that arena as well. So our goal, as I stated before, with CMS Mortgage Solutions, our tagline is your hometown mortgage lender. We have a strong connection to the greater Fredericksburg area, although we do service borrowers in the Maryland, DC area. We even go into North Carolina and other areas. So not just in this area. If you got buyers that are looking for that beach home in North Carolina, we can take care of them as well. But I just wanted you to see a familiar face with us here. We have two locations, one office in downtown Fredericksburg. We also have one in the county of Spotsylvania, conveniently located. If you do want to come in and see us in person, you can. But in our COVID awareness, we have already taken all of the precautions needed to help you have a great purchase mortgage experience where you don't have to do anything more than what we're doing right now, and that's just sitting in front of our laptops. We we can do it all right from the comfort of your home. Again, my name is Anthony Campbell, and I'm with CMS Mortgage Solutions. Look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. All right, Lauren, take it away.
Gang, I gotta tell you, I am so excited to teach this class today. My name is Lauren Tate. I'm the supervising broker and real estate coach for Century 21 Redwood. I've been in the area for about 10 years, and building agents' business and teaching agents how to build their business and obtain new business is a huge passion of mine. I have a very, very strong background in business development. And there's one thing that I see overall is agents are always like, how do I create new business? And you know, I'm not going to put a fancy bow on it. It's hard. It's work. You in the industry, it's known as check equity or sweat equity. So if you're not interested in paying for leads, it's super easy to generate your own business. And I want to take the stress and fear out of it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you the tools on how to go after them, where do I find them, what do I say, what do I send, and get you all set up and ready to go. So that's the objective of our course today. I'm probably going to keep it to about 30 minutes, and I'm certainly will reserve some time for questions. I do have some material that I will send to Barbara so that you guys could have the material ready to go that you guys can upload and start prospecting for sale by owners. Sound good? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Okay, so a couple things that I want to share. Let me try to make this a little bigger. Some of the things that I want to share, and this is just an observation. When I talk to agents about how do you prospect, here's the deal. They don't. Most agents, unfortunately, don't prospect. They may try it once and then never revisit that again because it either was scary or uncomfortable, you name whatever you want it, but most agents don't prospect. I am fortunate enough to be in front of agents all day long. And in this particular marketplace, I've been in this market for about 9-10 years, and I am talking to agents every day, not only within my company, but within the industry here in our marketplace. And the number one question I ask every agent is, talk to me about how you prospect. And I don't know if that resonates with you, but they say they don't, and it's because they're afraid. They're afraid of rejection. But here's what I want to take the fear out of. If there's one population to go after, it's for sale by owners, because why? They want to sell their home. They are raising their hand to say, I have a home to sell and I want to sell. So that's a good thing. It's an amazing way to add new business to your portfolio. So it's super simple. The one thing that you got to do is get out of your own head. Rejections are inevitable. I think Tom Ferry has a stat out there that if you call 100 people, it takes 99 no's to get one yes. So just be comfortable with the uncomfortable and go for the no, because eventually it'll turn to yes. And then here's the other thing is you're going to really hone your skills when you go after for sale by owners. If you follow this process, it's going to make you a better agent. It's going to make you learn the market. You're going to be able to adjust your words and what you're saying, what you're sending. And again, you're going to just really get down to studying the market. So I say go for it. All right. So the first thing that I would do before you just randomly call people is make sure that you have an established system. Who are you going to call? What areas do you want to concentrate on, right? Because as you get to know the market, you're going, I would say stay within a certain marketplace, a zip code, county, whatever. how are you going to track it? Tracking is everything in our business. We want to always know what the rate of our return is, whether it, again, if it's a check equity or sweat equity. We want to know what's working. So whether you're using something like a CRM or an Excel spreadsheet, tracking will be everything. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. So again, what are the things that you're going to say? What are you going to send? And then most important is, what's your follow-up plan? And I think that's where a lot of agents miss the mark, is how do I follow up? And that's regarding whether it's going after for sale by owners, expireds, spin the wheel, pick something. A lot of agents miss the follow-up. Okay, so we'll talk about that too. So where do you find FSBOs? They're everywhere. I'm just going to name a couple. Zillow is the best, and I'm going to give you some. I'll show you when I'm using Zillow. Zillow, it's free. This is this process really doesn't take a lot of investment. It's time. The time is your investment. So just think about avenues where you can find these for sale by owners free versus paid. So Zillow is free, Craigslist is free, Facebook Marketplace, I'll demonstrate that as well. Obviously, driving around the market. So again, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So some of the things to take in consideration, especially if you are trying to farm a market, or let's say you don't have a market established, certainly look at the inventory where your firm's properties are being listed. And that's something where you can search for sale by owners in those markets as well.
Yes.
So what to say? Whether you love or loathe scripts, I have a love-hate relationship with scripts, but they're out there and they're free. Tom Ferry, I will tell you, in my humble opinion, has been wonderful in this industry and gives out free tools. So whether you go and Google Tom Ferry, you're a Facebook group member, which you can join for free on Facebook. He has wonderful tools that he shares all the time. So there's a plentiful amount of scripts that you can get out there. Obviously, you can Google for sale by owner scripts. But the thing with scripts are, I would have a couple of scripts and work them to your words. So, the worst thing I think about scripts is when I take a look at it and I'm reading the script, I'm going, I would never say that, or that's not the words that I would use. Use it as use it as an opportunity for you to craft your own, at least to get you started in the right direction. But I would definitely have a script, internalize that script so that you know it from your belly, so you're not fumbling, okay? YouTube, my God, YouTube is like, I don't know, Google for me. If I want to perfect whether it's a script, or if I want to see what the cadence maybe of, how somebody else is positioning their for sale by owners, calls, whatnot, YouTube is amazing. So if you just go to YouTube and put in for sale by owner or FSBO prospecting, there's going to be a slew of YouTube videos. I encourage you to watch them, listen to what people are saying. Obviously, if they're not saying something that you would say, okay, well, what would you say differently, right? But at least you're getting a visual and an audio on how are people making these phone calls. So I love it. I've always encouraged my agents to use YouTube as a tool. Some of the great ones that I find that are very good, obviously Tom Ferry. Brian Buffini has really good ones. Pat Hyben, what I love about Pat Hyben is he's more of a host, but he has guest speakers come on that are like you and me. A lot of them are from the Northern Virginia area, and he's making the guest, whoever is speaking about a subject matter, he's asking them to not only share a tool, but he really makes them stick to the point on how to execute on whatever topic they're talking about. So my recommendation is definitely hit it up on Facebook, watch the videos. He's got awesome podcasts as well. And he does give a free tool library. Okay, so that's just a little tip. Kevin Ward, I find, is great. And I love Loida Vasquez for the for sale by owner actual. You can hear her talking on the phone. I don't know if it's just, she kind of reminds me of how I would speak to a client, but I just really enjoy watching her. So those are folks that I would say add those to your tools library. All right, so what I'm going to showcase with you guys is, all right, what am I going to send? I always recommend that, again, in building your process flow, that you have crafted a cover letter that you can obviously adjust as needed. I'm providing you with a help you sell for sale by owner kit, which I love. And I have tested this for the last couple of years. I actually grabbed it off of Lab Coat Agents. That's another great Facebook group that you should join. There are a tools library in there as well that agents from across the globe have shared what's worked for them. So I came across this help you sell for sale by owner kit, and I've encouraged agents to use this because I beta tested it with several agents, and they have gotten business every time they've sent it out. So so whether you're sending out 10 packets, I would say if you're sending out 10, you might get one back. So hey, it's a great thing. So I will share with you the rationale of that. Plus, that is something that Barbara can give to you. I have it in both a PDF and Word, so you can edit it. That's going to be branded to your company. So I didn't create it. I just took it and I reproduced it. So, and that is something that I love about our industry. We're a bunch of sharers. The other thing that I would have handy is your company listing presentation. Now, listing presentations can be huge, right? I would recommend that you scale it down and just feature the salient points of what you can do for that for sale by owner. Okay. And then establish a follow-up plan. And follow-up plan would include items of value. So items of value is you're giving things to that homeowner that will be of value to them, right? So let's talk about this, because this is the meat and potatoes right here. Most agents, if they're going after for sale by owners, they're either going to write a letter, they're going to send a flyer, maybe a door hanger, but come on, we've all seen the agents just stick the business card in the door. You know, that's really not providing much value. And most of all, the homeowner is probably just going to take it and dump it and put it in the trash. So if you come with the approach with like a servant's heart, that you really have that mindset that you want to see all people in our community be successful in selling their home, you're not going there saying, hey, I'm this fabulous realtor and I can do this for you, right? I would say take this approach where you're providing guidance and offering assistance on how to sell their home through for sale by owner, okay? Because eventually they're going to get frustrated and they're going to see that the for sale by owner is not as easy as they think it is. And who are they most likely to go after? The agent that just stuck a business card in the door, or the person that has really invested in them and trying to help them get their home sold? So those are things that I would recommend. So as a follow-up plan, things that you can send would be the residential property disclosure form. That is required for all homeowners that live in a property, right? So just because they're not listing with a real estate agent doesn't mean that they don't need that form. So that would be one example where you could write a handwritten note saying, hey, thought about you today as I was driving into the office and thought maybe this might be helpful to you, as it is required for all homeowners. So that would be one. Okay, so I have a couple of things and recommendations, which I will feature shortly. Track everything. The things that I'm going to show you in a moment on how to find these for sale by owners, it's going to be really important that you're tracking the properties that you're going after. Obviously, you want their name, address, phone number. If you're using scripts, I like to, as I said before, I like to switch up the scripts. So maybe you have script 1, script 2, script 3. So whatever you're doing for that action on that particular property, make sure you're tracking which script you're using so that you can adjust accordingly. Because let's say if you're going after 22401 using script 1 and you're going after 22407 and using script 2, you definitely want to measure which one is working best, right? So, so that's going to be really important. And then capture any notes as you're learning about that property. Okay, so that is one mistake that I see a lot of people do, is they kind of put the cart before the horse, the cart before the horse, and they just are in this go action mode, but they failed to do all the tracking behind the scenes. So they are not really understanding, well, which is working, which is not. So that's plus, you know, that's information that you can use in other type of marketing. And lastly, I would say, if you're going to commit to doing for sale by owners or any prospecting, do it for 90 days. We all get into our heads and we're like, oh, that didn't work, so we scrap it. Go and take the journey of learning. Don't go after this as, oh, I'm going to make so much money and I'm going to get so many listings. Change your mindset and say, this is something that I'm going to commit to for 90 days, and don't give up. You're going to get those no's, and really understand that you're going to get those no's. But when you start seeing the fruits of your labor, it's going to snowball into just more business. And truthfully, with anything in life, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, right? And when you're staying busy and you are working your business, guess what? It's kind of like life comes to you and they're just going to bring that business to you. So, and you're going to learn so much. So that's just my presentation part. Now I want to navigate over to the for sale by owner help kit, so you can see that. So I'm going to have to pause my share for just a moment so I can access the additional piece I'm looking for. Here it is. All right, so this is what you guys are going to get. It's a for sale by owner help kit. So I would recommend doing a cover letter with this, or simply you can rework this area here, okay? So basically what we're doing is we're saying, hey, I want to see all homeowners in our community be successful. So I put together this for sale by owner help kit for you. So within this kit, they're going to get, you know, how to write effective ads, what's how to budget for advertising, tips and tricks on answering inquiries, preparing their home for showing and sale, pricing strategy analysis, who to call when it comes to vendors, the caveats, and then 3 facts every homeowner for sale by owner should know, and then a guest registry for open houses. So as you see through this, it's just taking them through this little packet here. But there is a kicker in here, which I love. Okay, I'll get to that page in a moment. But this is a nice little packet. All right, so once we get through that, here's the caveat: how not to get sued, right? This is, when it comes to selling a home, there are things that sellers have to be aware of. That's why they use us, right? So we are the experts that bring them through this process. But this right here is, most homeowners, if they're going through this process, they're not thinking, oh, there's exposure for me to get sued. Well, yeah. So these are things that would be helpful to avoid. So it's certainly a great little tool. Again, coming from the mindset of helping someone, this is just a really great, stick it in the mail it, deliver it, or drop it off at the house, right? Mail it, drop it off at the house, whatever, or you can, if you have their email, you can send it to them. But I love that approach. All right, so now I want to go over to email the screen. Okay, so let's go to Zillow.
Or take that.
So we all have access to Zillow, right? I'm just going to do a little sidebar. If you don't have a Zillow account, join Zillow, not the Premier, but every agent should have a Zillow account. I can't tell you how many times I go in and look at agents' stuff, and for me, I just want to see if they have a Zillow account. And a lot of times agents don't have it. Doesn't mean that your listing is not being visible, but you're not getting the lead if you don't have a Zillow account. So please make sure you have that. All right, so when you just pull up Zillow, go over to buy, hover over, and you'll see these links down here. You're going to go to for sale by owner, which I've already done that, so I'm right here. And these are, for the most part, for sale by owners, okay? Here's some of the things that I love about this, is you can see how many days on market this has been listed on Zillow. 62 days, this is the one I'm looking at 458 Harrison Avenue. Average days on market for this zip code is 33 days. So obviously this for sale by owner is not having the success probably that's desired. And the probability of being, the longer that it's on the market, the more frustrated typically a for sale by owner is going to get. So I would say go after for sale by owners that have been on the market for, more than a week or two. Okay, because remember, they get there, at first they're like, hey, I don't need an agent, I can do this myself. They're all hyped up, ready to go. And as the days on the calendar, progress, then they're like, wow, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. And plus how inconvenient it is. So here we go. We're going to look at 458 Harrison Avenue. I'm just going to click into the property. This one's listed at $250,000. It's a 3-bedroom. If you scroll, let me move you guys out of the way over here. If you scroll all the way to where you see the Premier agents, there they are. Okay. The last one will always be the property owner. So their cell phone or whatever their contact phone number is right there. So boom, you've got the home address. It's giving you some preliminary information about how much the property that they're selling it for. In this particular one, they're selling it for $250,000 for 3 bedrooms, which is below market for the average 3 bedrooms in 22401. The average 3 bedroom in 22401 is actually selling, average sales price is $373,444, which is up 18% from 2019. So if we look at this is a great candidate for sale by owner. The average days on market, as I said, 33, down from 27% from last year. So with this one being under what the average sales price is for a 3 bedroom, this one's great. It's a great one to go after. So it screams like you need help. Okay, so you've got that information. I would plug that in on your tracker, and then I would navigate over to Bright, and then go over to your search screen and go to public records, pull up the property, and then you're going to get who the homeowner is, what their name is. So I don't want to, overcomplicate it. That is the process right there. So it's super easy. And again, I would put emphasis on picking markets that you want to go after and staying there. Okay. Again, you're going to, just as I was rambling off these stats, once you do this several times, all of a sudden you're going to be like, dang, I now know what the market is going on in 22401, 401, or whatever zip code you're desiring to go after. Does that make sense? All right. So the other thing that I wanted to show you that a lot of people either do or don't do is Facebook Marketplace. So if you go onto Facebook and you travel over to Marketplace and type in for sale by owner, boom, here you go, same thing. There's a whole host of properties there. So I feel sometimes that's underutilized. And then of course there's Craigslist. I would just make sure that you're doing your homework there, but still, people still advertise on Craigslist. So that's the process, guys. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I'm just excited for you guys. Hold on, let me stop sharing. For you guys to just take this and start doing it. Let me stop my share and just talk to you guys. So what do you guys think about that? Is that something that you think you guys are going to implement? Give me a or up. Yeah, so guys, I don't know how many people are on here right now, but there's approximately 1,500 agents in the FAR members, right? They're not doing this, okay? I mean, maybe a handful are, okay, but they're not. So be the one who's done this. I'll give an example. There is a former agent of mine. Really encourage this person to do this. I think she's on her 7th or 8th listing, okay? It's crazy. Do it, implement and execute. That's all the things that you need to do. Just do it, and I promise you, your business is going to skyrocket. So my last tip is, okay, what happens when you win the listing? All right, so definitely get with your broker or your company trainer and make sure that you have a great listing presentation ready to go, that you feel really good about it, so that now once you've won that listing, and now you can market that to sell it. So that's what I've got for you guys today. I promise you that I will get you that handy dandy for sale by owner help you sell kit. Make it yours. You can do whatever you want with it. You can redo it. but just have fun with it. But most important is just do it for 90 days. All right. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope that was helpful.
If everyone can take a look at the chat screen, shoot me an email if you would like this package. Some of you are logged on just with first names or a name and a phone, so I would have no way to find you, and I want to share this great information. So please send me an email to bcastillo@farmembers.com. The spelling is in the chat, and I will follow up with a package of all your sample scripts and things you can rebrand to you. My gosh, Lauren, even I learned so much. That was so great. Thank you for sharing this
Awesome.
information.
Well,
and I love that you
yeah.
closed with just do it. I hear lots of great ideas all the time, but unless you actually get up and do them, they don't work. So do it.
Yeah, and yeah, it's as simple as just doing it. And I'm cheering you on from the sidelines, really, guys. I want you guys to win this business. All right, there's enough for everyone. Just go do it.
Excellent. And while you guys are shooting me an email that you want the package, feel free to jot down a few words of a class you would like to see, either like a CE classroom class or a free seminar like this, because I love to find out what you'd like to learn more about, get the right instructors, and put it together. That's what I do. So please share some information of great topics and tips, and we'll keep these classes coming to you.
All right, bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
See
Have
ya.
a great rest of the day.